Welcome to the world of forensic accounting, one of my favorite subjects. In this video, we will introduce you to forensic accounting. Hello, my name is Dr. Annette Moultrie, and welcome back. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to like, comment, and share. And remember, these videos are for educational purposes only. Until next time, take care. So in this video, we will discuss Chapter 1, whereas the objectives are define forensic accounting and fraud examination, differentiate between forensic accounting and auditing, outline the role of forensic accountants and fraud examiners, identify the necessary knowledge and skills for forensic accountants and fraud examiners, discuss the career opportunities available for forensic accountants and fraud examiners, and last but not least, recognize the organizations that support the work of forensic accountants and fraud examiners. So forensic accounting involves the application of accounting principles and investigative techniques to uncover financial fraud, misconduct, or other irregularities. It is often used in legal proceedings to provide evidence for litigation or to prevent and detect financial crimes. Now, fraud examination is a specialized field within forensic accounting that focuses on investigating fraudulent activities such as embezzlement, bribery, and financial statement fraud. Forensic accountants use various techniques such as data analysis, interviewing, and evidence gathering to uncover fraudulent schemes. Now, fraud examination is a meticulous journey into the intricate web of financial deception. It is a narrative that unfolds with each scrutinized document and analyzed transaction. At its core, it is a quest for truth amidst the shadows of deceit, guided by the unwavering commitment to unraveling fraudulent schemes and bringing perpetrators to justice. Imagine a scene where every entry in a ledger tells a story, but not always one of honesty and integrity. Fraud examination begins by meticulously combing through financial records, tracing each line item with a keen eye for irregularities and inconsistencies. Every number, every transaction holds a potential clue in the pursuit of uncovering fraudulent activities. As the investigation progresses, a tapestry of evidence begins to emerge: forged signatures, falsified documents, and hidden trails of misappropriated funds. Like a detective piercing or piecing together clues at a crime scene, the fraud examiner connects the dots, revealing patterns and uncovering the mechanism behind the deception. But fraud examination is not merely about uncovering financial discrepancies. It is also about understanding the human element behind the fraud. Through interviews and interrogations, the examiner delves into the motivations and behaviors of those involved, seeking to understand the psychology driving their actions. Armed with a wealth of evidence and insight, the fraud examiner presents their findings, painting a vivid picture of the fraud scheme and its impact. Whether in a courtroom or a boardroom, their testimony serves as a beacon of truth, shining light on the dark corners of financial misconduct. Yet, fraud examination is not just about catching wrongdoers after the fact. It is also about prevention and deterrence. By identifying vulnerabilities in internal controls and implementing safeguards, fraud examiners help organizations safeguard against future threats and mitigate risk. In the end, fraud examination is a testament to the power of diligence and integrity in the face of deception. It is a narrative of justice served and lessons learned, reminding us of the importance of diligence and accountability in the world of finance. Differentiate between forensic accounting and auditing. Forensic accounting, it operates as the vigilant guardian against financial malfeasance. Its primary objective centered around delving into the depths of financial records to unearth irregularities and potential fraud. So, armed with a keen eye for detail and investigative techniques, forensic accountants meticulously analyze transactions, scrutinize documents, and trace financial trails to expose hidden truth. Their focus lies not only on the accuracy of financial statements, but also on identifying deceptive practices that may be indicative of fraudulent activities. This relentless pursuit of financial integrity makes forensic accounting an invaluable tool in the fight against financial misconduct. In contrast, auditing adopts a broader perspective with its primary focus centered on ensuring the accuracy and compliance of financial statements with established accounting standards. Auditors meticulously review the financial records, the procedures, and controls to provide stakeholders with assurance regarding the reliability of financial information. While auditing may identify discrepancies or errors, its primary goal is to validate the accuracy of financial statements rather than uncovering intentional wrongdoings. Auditing serves as a fundamental process aimed at instilling confidence among stakeholders by meticulously evaluating the accuracy and reliability of financial statements. Now, this systematic examination encompasses a thorough review of financial records, transactions, and internal controls to ensure compliance with established accounting standards and regulations. Forensic accountants employ a diverse array of investigative techniques, whereas they sift through financial records, peeling back the layers of complexity to uncover evidence of fraud, misconduct, or irregularities. They analyze financial transactions. They scrutinize ledgers and pore over bank statements, seeking out inconsistencies that may betray attempts to conceal illicit activities. Auditors entrusted with the critical task of ensuring financial transparency and integrity adhere to a comprehensive framework of established auditing standards and procedures. Now, these standards set forth by regulatory bodies and professional organizations serve as the cornerstone of auditing practices, guiding auditors in their careful assessments of financial statements. By carefully scrutinizing financial records, transactions, and internal controls, auditors evaluate the accuracy, the completeness, and reliability of financial information presented in the statements. They conduct tests of transactions. They verify the authenticity of supporting documentation, and they assess the adequacy of internal controls to detect and prevent errors or fraud. Through their rigorous examinations, auditors provide stakeholders with assurance that financial statements fairly represent the financial position and performance of an organization, fostering trust and confidence in the reliability of financial reporting. Identify the necessary knowledge and skills for forensic accountants and fraud examiners. One is accounting and auditing experience. They must have a solid foundation in accounting principles and auditing techniques, and they must have a full understanding of financial transactions, analyzing financial statements, and detecting irregularities. They must have investigative skills. Forensic accountants and fraud examiners must possess strong investigative skills, including the ability to gather evidence, conduct interviews, and perform forensic analysis of financial data. The other skill that is required is analytical skills. They need to be proficient in data analysis techniques to identify patterns, to identify trends and other things within financial records, which may indicate fraudulent activities. They must have legal regulatory knowledge. Understanding relevant laws, regulations, and legal procedures pertaining to financial crimes is crucial for conducting investigations and supporting legal proceedings. They must also have IT proficiency. Now, with the increasing reliance on digital systems and electronic records, auditors, forensic accountants, fraud examiners, they must be proficient in IT tools and forensic accounting software, whereas it is necessary for them to conduct digital investigations and analyzing electronic evidence. They must have communication skills. Forensic accountants and fraud examiners must be effective communicators. They must be capable of presenting their findings clearly and concisely in written reports and oral presentations. They may also need to testify as expert witnesses in legal proceedings. Critical thinking. They need to possess strong critical thinking skills to evaluate evidence, assess risk, and develop effective investigative strategies. They must also have ethical judgment. Integrity and ethical conduct are paramount in forensic accounting and fraud examination. Forensic accountants and fraud examiners must adhere to professional standards and ethical guidelines while conducting their investigations. They must also have industry knowledge. Now, depending on the nature of the investigation, knowledge of specific industries or sectors may be beneficial for understanding industry-specific practices and risk. And of course, they must have continuing education. Now, given the evolving nature of financial crimes and investigative techniques, forensic accountants and fraud examiners must engage in continuous learning and professional development to stay updated on emerging trends, to stay updated on technologies, and to stay updated on regulations in the field. So what are some of the career opportunities available for forensic accountants and fraud examiners? One is fraud prevention and detection. Forensic accountants and fraud examiners can pursue careers in helping organizations prevent, detect, and mitigate financial fraud through proactive measures such as implementing internal controls, conducting risk assessments, and providing fraud awareness training to employees. Another career opportunity is litigation support. They can provide expert testimony and financial analysis in legal proceedings, supporting attorneys and legal teams in cases involving financial disputes, white-collar crime, and regulatory investigation. Now, this role may involve preparing reports, conducting financial analysis, and presenting findings in court. Another career opportunity is the consulting services field. Forensic accountants and fraud examiners can work for consulting firms, offering a range of services, including forensic investigations, due diligence, and compliance reviews for clients across various industries. They may also provide advisory services on fraud risk management and internal controls enhancement. Another career opportunity is with government agencies. They can pursue careers in government agencies such as law enforcement, regulatory bodies, and government audit offices, where they play a crucial role in investigating financial crimes, enforcing regulations, and ensuing compliance with financial reporting standards. Positions in government agencies may involve conducting audits, leading investigations, and collaborating with other agencies and cross-border cases. Now, I remember when I first started in accounting, one of my dream jobs was to work with the FBI. But of course, my passion is actually in education. So that's why I am teaching. Okay, let's move on. Recognize what are the organizations that support the work of forensic accountants and fraud examiners. Well, one, of course, there are several organizations that support the work of forensic accountants and fraud examiners, providing resources, training, certifications, and networking opportunities. Now, some of these organizations that I'm going to name are: one is the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, or ACFE. Now, this is the world's largest anti-fraud organization. It is the world's largest anti-fraud organization, where they offer certified fraud examiner credential as well as resources and training for fraud detection, prevention, and investigation. The other is the American College of Forensic Examiners International, or ACFEI, which provides certifications. They provide training and resources for professionals in forensic accounting, fraud examination, and other forensic disciplines. Here you have the Association of Certified Fraud Specialists, or ACFS, which offers certification programs and resources for fraud specialists and investigators, whereas they focus on fraud prevention, detection, and investigation techniques. Another organization is the National Association of Certified Valuation Analysts, or NACVA, which provides training and certification programs for professionals involved in business valuation, forensic accounting, and litigation support services. The other is the National Litigation Support Services Association, or NLSSA, which is an organization dedicated to supporting professionals involved in litigation support services, including forensic accountants, by offering education, networking, and certification opportunities. The other is the Institute of Business Appraisers, or IBA, which provides education and certification programs for professionals involved in business valuation and appraisal, including forensic accountants who specialize in valuing businesses for litigation purposes. And the other is the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, or AICPA, which offers resources, training, and certification for certified public accountants, or CPAs, across various accounting disciplines, including forensic accounting and fraud examination. So this is the end of this video, the introduction to forensic accounting. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care.